Now, a demented and evil edition of Who Knows Who? Your host, Antoine Terrell.
And
I don't know if I would say this was a demented edition. I feel like my questions were pretty tame.
I didn't like my options, is what it was. It was
well,
like
that's a thing,
everything.
too.
I was being asked, Monica. It was fine. It's one of those things where my son loves to play these would you rather. We'll
Yes.
sit at the dinner table, would you rather? And his are terrible all the time because, Dad, would you rather die by getting stabbed in the stomach or die by having your car fly off a cliff? And I think,
oh, great.
pass. I'd like, how do you pass? And you know what he says every time I say neither? He says, well, if you say neither, you get both. I'm like, well, how the hell's that going to happen? You go stab me in the stomach and then push me off a cliff? Fine, I don't care.
Exactly. That's how that's going to happen.
Jeez.
Learn how to play the game. You got to pick one.
Yeah, so that's what he was doing to me, Monica. He's giving me these, do you want to die this way or die that way? And I'm thinking, I don't want to die.
He's like, love you, Dad.
But Who Knows Who is basically the newlywed game for the Mornin Thangers. I've asked Zack questions. I've got his answers. I've asked Monica questions. I've gotten her answers. And now I'm going to ask Monica Zack's question and see if she can line up her answer with his.
It is fun because you try to climb into somebody's mind and what is their personality. Very dangerous. And Monica and I will try to dissect each other and figure out how our brains work to try to win. So you learn stuff about somebody and you get put in very awkward positions. So that is the game Who Knows Who.
Yes, and I love how you guys try to rationalize. That's the word I was looking for.
Figure out.
Rationalize your answers. I got there, guys. It's snowing outside.
It was a very slippery, windy road to get there. But yeah, it is. You can, if you know a person, you start thinking the way they think, even in weird hypothetical situations. You say, okay, well, Monica's not going to pick that one and blah, blah, blah. So it is a fun little thing.
All right, so Zack, you get to go first.
All right.
I asked Monica, how would she like to be remembered? She has to be remembered forever.
I don't know why I was thinking to myself, Monica was going to say, how would she like to be killed? Like, see? All right. How would she
dinner talk.
like to be remembered?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a fifth head on Mount Rushmore?
Okay.
B, a constellation named after her?
Okay.
Or C, a tiny little statue beside the Statue of Liberty?
So like a little
It's
statue.
a little baby statue.
But it's right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the one that, would measure people's heights to make sure they could go on like that.
They can ride the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Are you this tall? And the good news, Antoine, is everybody's that tall. So
So, yes. So, does she want her head on Mount Rushmore, a fifth head, constellation named after her, or a little statue beside the Statue of Liberty?
Okay. I don't think it's the constellation because Monica's explanation there would be those constellations are stupid. They never look like anything anyway. No one really knows where it is, and you wouldn't be able to see me on cloudy nights and blah, 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 and it just wouldn't be prominent enough. They're all goofy and old.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that one. I think it's one of the other two. While Mount Rushmore, you got this big old head. There's a couple things working against it.
Okay.
The biggest one is that it's in South Dakota. And if she's going to be memorialized, why's it got to be in South Dakota, her least favorite state of all the states? And then it's like, who wants to be up there with a bunch of these old people?
Yeah.
These like old white guy presidents from 50 million years ago, and then Monica.
But you got to think about it. They'd have to explain why she's up there and what she did. Like, that'd be a heck of a story.
A big head up there. And then Statue of Liberty, while it's a smaller statue, I mean, this is the woman that is welcoming you to America. What is it? Give us your tired and your poor, whatever that is. The huddled masses, like all that stuff. So Statue of Liberty prominently standing there, big and strong and powerful and welcoming you to America. And then Monica's smaller statue going, yeah. Yeah.
What she said.
Yeah. So she's like Statue of Liberty's sidekick. Yeah, girl. That whole thing. You go, girl. So actually, I believe Statue of Liberty is the one she would pick.
You just made Monica the Flavor Flav of the Statue of Liberty.
You sure
She
did.
is. She's the Statue of Liberty's hype man. She'll
Where's
probably
my
have a clock on so people know what time the ferry is so they can go back to wherever they were. Yeah, this is all coming together. Monica Brooks is the Flavor Flav for the Statue of Liberty, yes.
Okay, Monica.
Okay.
What do you want?
And Zach, I said Statue of Liberty.
Yes!
Correct. I mean, people would talk about the little statue. They're like, you know what? We got to stop by there and take a picture.
Right, and you would have
I
pictures
did.
because it would be easier to take a picture by little Monica than it would the giant Statue of Liberty. It's
Yeah.
too big. Like, how do you stand by it? It's you and her toe. So you've got Monica welcoming you. I was actually going to be very disappointed if you picked either of the other
Anything
two.
else? All right,
Yeah,
well, that's a
that's
point
good.
for you, Zach.
I like it.
All right, Monica. I asked
Why did
Zach-
I say yes?
I don't know why you did either. Monica, I asked Zach, I said, Zach, you are going to formal events for the rest of your life. What piece of clothing will you wear to every formal event for the rest of your life?
Have to,
Was it? He has to. He didn't choose to. He has to. Is it camouflage Crocs, socks and cheap flip-flops, or a bedazzled fanny pack? That has to be a part of every outfit. Camouflage Crocs, socks and cheap flip-flops, or a bedazzled fanny pack.
Oh, all just awful. All of these awful. This is,
Oh,
I
gosh.
saw it, and that's what I thought. I'm like,
Because the Crocs. I know it's not the flip-flops. Flip-flops are out because they're just out.
with the socks.
And it's a super cheap
Yeah, with the
ones,
socks,
too.
too.
Yeah, it's like
They're
the shower
oh,
ones.
gosh. Where's he going to the beach with his socks and flip-flops?
The shower ones, like the ones Monica owns.
The shower flip-flops.
What?
The $1 Old Navy flip flops.
Yes,
Old
those,
Navy? Yeah, you don't want those. You don't want those.
I will say this.
the Crocs.
You are correct so far. The flip flops and the socks are out because no woman would ever find me attractive either. And that's just, that's no good.
Yeah. But
All right,
the
so-
bedazzled fanny pack.
Or the camouflage Crocs.
Would you rock the fanny pack? Would you go ahead and just rock the fanny pack? Because people would comment on it. Ladies would be like, oh, look at you and your fanny pack. The Crocs. Oh. You know what? I just don't feel the Crocs. I just don't feel you wearing the Crocs. But hold on. But take that back. Because, Antoine, you talk about Virginia Tech and how they, a lot of the students, they walk around in their Crocs. I do believe.
Yes, that's
So
true.
maybe you think I'm with the kids, I'm rocking with the kids.
Hello,
my Crocs.
youth. Hi.
arguing with right now.
Yes, yes. All right, so you know what? With that being said, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going with the Crocs.
Were you youths watching the TikTok last night?
All right, Zach.
Hello.
Is Monica right?
Yeah, she's right. Correct. I figured at least some people think Crocs are cool. For some reason, I don't know why, and it would be easier to hide, especially since it was camouflage, than this freaking fanny pack going, hello!
Yes.
All the
Yeah.
time, always.
All right,
yes,
so
I went with the Crocs.
Point for you, Monica. All right, Zach.
Angrily went for the Crocs, I should say.
This is probably my favorite question. I asked Monica, which would she rather have? An empty wedding, an empty birthday party, or an empty funeral? But wait, at the empty wedding, her husband doesn't even show up. There's just a note that says "I do" that the preacher will read. At the empty birthday party, Monica's there by herself with just a cake and a birthday hat on. At the empty funeral, your family and friends refuse to show up. During the eulogy, a Taylor Swift song is being played, and some random stranger just rolls you into the hole.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So, empty
Wow.
wedding, birthday party, or funeral.
The wedding, like nobody there.
Not even a groom.
Not even the groom. She opens up a piece of paper and it says, fine, I do,
Yeah.
whatever.
And that's it.
I get probably written on the back of a grocery list. Just, I do. Oh, and limes. Got to go buy limes. The birthday party, I don't see it because Monica's like, she's a big birthday person. She celebrates the birthday month. There's really is just nothing sadder than one lonely person in a birthday hat staring at a cake. It's just, this is what your life has become. The wedding, it's also sad. And while the funeral is sad, you're dead. So really, like, what do you care? You're gone.
Valid
Like,
point.
fine, nobody goes there. You're not going to know the dang difference because I can tell you right now, if there is an afterlife, I'm going to party with
You ain't
like,
watching it.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix and Moses and every other person, man. We are having a ball. So I'm not even going to waste my time at that loser funeral. I'm going to go with the funeral on that logic.
All right, Monica.
I said empty birthday party.
Oh, what?
That means you're wrong.
Yeah,
right, challenge
because we
accepted.
kind of did that already with the pandemic. It was an empty birthday party, so I mean, I did all right.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Birthday, you
Yeah, it was just me and my
suck.
cake.
All right, well, yeah, I suppose it's, I didn't feel great about that one. Okay, Monica, it's your chance to win the game.
All right, Monica, you get the privilege to draw a tattoo on Zack, and you get to
Ooh.
pick the place that the tattoo is
Can I do
drawn.
this for real?
No.
Okay.
But
I didn't even want you to do it hypothetically, okay? Just to be clear.
But here's the thing. Zach gets to pick the type of animal that it's a tattoo of.
And as you can
Okay.
see, I hated this one from the start. Oh, Monica gets to draw on you. No, I don't
she
even
gets to draw it, and she gets to pick the
Okay.
place that it's drawn.
I wouldn't even have liked if there was an answer on here of small dot. I would have been highly suspicious as to where she was going to
A
put that
mole.
dot. Yeah, but where she would put that mole, I didn't want a mole there.
All right, so Monica, what tattoo did Zach pick for you to draw on him? Is it A, a lemur, B, a blobfish, or C, a hippo?
Ooh.
A lemur
I mean,
with
a
the big
lemur.
eyes,
Yeah.
blobfish with the big old cheeks,
Blobfish.
and a hippo
I
with
don't
the
think
big
you want a
everything.
blobfish. That's lame. It's blobfish.
blobfish.
Blob.
I think
Where you
all
go
of
with
these
that?
are lame.
Yeah, I think they're
But a
all-
lemur, you
this
can
is
make
all
it look
horrible.
it can be kind of funny, but a blobfish, you don't want to be like, hey, look at my blob. Like, that doesn't sound good.
I'm a blob, yeah.
That's like E40 blob,
Okay.
So, what was the other one?
E40 get
It was-
insulted in all of this.
What?
That's how he talks. That's
okay.
how he talks.
Like,
I
blob.
got you. I speak Monica.
Okay, thank
He's like
you.
a blobfish. I like it.
But the lemur and the hippo, you can make like the hippo, like the mouth open and kind of just like, I don't know, grab your leg, bite your leg off.
Okay. All right.
You can make it look kind of funny or
All right. So you're down
action.
to
So
lemur
I'm
or
gonna go
hippo?
with lemurs are funny. I'm gonna go hippo though, because they're badass.
All
They
right.
are.
Zach?
So I'm gonna go hippo.
You are wrong.
That
What?
means you're wrong.
I went with the lemur.
It better not be the fish.
No, it's
Okay.
not the fish. The fish looks like when you sit there and have your birthday all by yourself. Just
Yeah.
sad and
Blah.
the hippo too big, and I don't trust you to be drawing some big fat hippo on my body.
Draw
It's
the
gonna be
hippo?
your back down to your knees.
Oh, I know, and I know.
Here's the mouth of a hippo.
Yeah,
know.
Monica would be putting the mouth to eat my butt on my back, and it'd be all the way down my back and everything. So no,
See, that's funny.
I went
There
with
you
the
go.
lemur. I figured it was at least the smallest and least ugliest of all the animals. So that
All
was
right.
that.
So the score is tied. So for the tiebreaker, Zach,
Yes.
you get to answer a question about me because you got the first question. You got the first point in this game.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question about me. If you get it right, you win. If you get it wrong, Monica wins.
Okay.
Zach, what Will Smith movie would I like to be in? Is it A, I Am Legend, B, Men in Black, or C, After Earth?
All right. Well, if you say After Earth, you're fired. Like no one.
We can't be friends if you say after Earth.
No, I can't. I can't even look at
Fear
you.
is not real. That's the line in the
And
movie.
then I Am Legend. Now the advantage there would be it would just be you and Will, man. That's it. You, Will, and the whole world just playing golf and holding hands and
Spoiler
tra-la-la.
alert, they find a community in Canada at the end. So we'd find more people. But yeah, me and Will, just besties together
and all those
for
zombies.
hours and watching Shrek.
The impending death all the time. But if you and Will are traveling the galaxy, fighting crimes, cool weapons, fun pens that get people to forget stuff.
I make this look
Yep.
good.
I feel like it's got to be Men in Black. I'm going to go with that one. Final answer.
All right, you get it right, you win. You get it wrong, Monica wins. I would like to be in Men in Black.
Yes, there it
Okay.
is. There we go.
Good job, Zach.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, I get to wear a black suit all the time with black
Yeah.
shades.
And I'll tell you, even if you had originally thought After Earth in your head and changed your mind when I said what I said, I stand by it. That was the